wrote a wonderful book called The Happiness Advantage. Says it the best when he says, happiness is the joy we feel striving after our potential. Happiness is not the destination. It's what you feel while you're engaged in finding your meaningful achievement. Happiness is the joy we feel striving after our potential. There's another important fact about happiness that most people don't really think about. Happiness is a choice. There's a very important study that was done by Sonia Lubomirsky that showed us that on average, 50% of our happiness is dictated by our genetics. Some people are just naturally happier than other people. 10% is dictated by our environment. Now, obviously, if you live in a war zone, that might be more than 10%. Or if you live in, the fluffiest palace in the world, it might be actually less than 10%, which is interesting. But the important fact is 40% of your happiness is dictated by things that you personally choose to do. That means 40% of how happy you feel and how well you are and how engaged you are is based on decisions you personally make. We can all choose to be happier. And I have another Sean Aker quote up here, which is, happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change. It's the recognition that we can. When we realize that we're in control, it makes all of us happier, right? And the great news is you can control your happiness as well. One of the things why happiness? Why focus on it? Many people are like, well, this is trivial. Who cares if you're happy? Well, you should care. Happier people live longer. Happier people have a greater sense of health. Happier people, have less stress, have less physical problems. More importantly, happier people, for those of us who are in business, happier people make better decisions, receive more positive feedback, and earn 30% more than their less happy counterparts. By being happier, you can make more money. And happier people are 37% more, have a higher well-being, meaning they think that they're doing better than less happy people. By having a higher sense of well-being, you're healthier, you go to the doctor less, you live longer, you have better relationships with your children, better relationships with your coworkers, and ultimately you just do better in life. We talk about this all the time. People think, if I work hard and I get there, wherever there is, I will be happy. It's the other way around. If you're happy, you'll get what it is you're looking for. If you want the best spouse in the world, you can't walk around being a grump and saying, oh, no one's ever going to marry me. It's never going to happen, right? You got to be happy with who you are to find the right person. Well, the same is true for the right job. The same is true for the right career. The same is true for the right everything. Happy first, success will come. Sorry, my slides are a little behind. There we go. I want to invite each and every one of you to become part of the happiness movement. What I mean by that is engage in the content. We're giving it to you for free. Read it, share it with your friends. Have conversations about it. Share happiness. Find something you can do every day, every single day, to make someone happier. It can be opening a door. It can be smiling. It can be paying a compliment. It can be saying thank you. Anything you can to share happiness. Sign up for the Live Happy newsletter. Like and follow us on Facebook. And do happy acts. I want to invite each and every one of you to become part of the happiness movement. And I want to tell you something about happiness and about sharing happiness. It's a great way to start a conversation. If you lead with happiness, if you wear something that says Live Happy on it, if you lead with happiness, you can start a conversation much more easily that might lead to a connection, that might lead to a relationship, that might lead to a business relationship. Leading with happiness is a good way to start a conversation because you're giving something to someone before you're asking them for something in return. So happiness is a gift you can give to the people that are around you. I want to talk a little bit about happy acts, because I want to ask you to do happy acts all the time. Make the world a happier place. That's what we're about. What I want to talk to you first about is we have a happy act for every area brand partner. Unfortunately, it's only in English. Every brand partner and every preferred customer gets a free copy, digital edition of Live Happy magazine, that award-winning digital magazine. If you don't know how to get it, go to livehappy.com/checklist. livehappy.com/checklist. It will tell you how to download and access digital edition. It's only on tablets. My crew's not around, so we're working on getting it on phones sometime in the near future, but for now it's only on tablets. But please, if you share it, read it, look at it. It's free, it's for you. Something else I want to tell you about is HarperCollins publisher came to us, Harper Elixir, they're an imprint of HarperCollins, and asked us to write a book. They saw the magazine, they loved it, they wanted us to write a book. We wrote a book. It's coming out March 15th. We're excited about it. Yeah, we're thrilled. It's called 10 Practices for Choosing Joy. And what's unique about this book is we have the 10 scientific things that will help you be happier. Attitude, spirituality, meditation, mindfulness. But we also have 40 stories of people, some of which you've heard of. We have Arietta Huffington, we have DeboraHappy, we have Jason Mraz, Alanis Morissette. We've got a whole bunch of people you've heard of, whose stories are in there about how they're practicing happiness. And we got a whole bunch of stories of people you don't know that are practicing happiness. And I want to tell you one of these stories because this is what happy acts are about. There's a woman, her name's Monya Williams. I think many of you know her or know of her. If you don't, she's a fantastic human being. But when we launched the Happy Acts campaign, International of Happiness, March of 2014, she committed herself to doing one happy act per day, every day for a year to improve her life. And she did this. And she got up on stage at an event a year later and said what a remarkable difference it had made in her life. For those of you who don't know Monya, Monya's got some significant health issues. She's got cancer. She's a remarkable woman, but she's not healthy all the time. But she still, every single day, did a happy act. And she decided that it had such a positive impact in her life that she was going to continue to do this. So she's continued to do it, and she started journaling about her happy acts to leave for her children so they'd know what she did and the impact it had on her. And one day she saw these homeless men in the park, and she said, this is my opportunity to do my happy act today. So she went to a fast food restaurant and bought them all lunch. And she bought 20 meals. And I'm trying to picture someone carrying 20 meals with 20 drinks into a park. I can, yeah. But she did. She got there were about 30 men, she didn't have enough food. She tells me she felt bad about it. I'm like, you're a little bit nuts if you feel bad about not having enough food. But then she's sitting there with these gentlemen and she's like, okay, do you mind if I read to you? And they said, no, some of them wandered off, some of them didn't. Typical homeless men. Some of them had substance abuse problems, some of them had mental health issues. But she read to them. And then she asked them at the end, after she read for a bit, she said, do you mind, I'll tell you what, if you make a commitment to be here and meet me in the park for the next 6 weeks, on Wednesday afternoon, I'll meet you here and I'll bring food and I'll read to you. And so she did this. And over time, the group, as groups do, because commitments are easy to make and easy to break, right? She showed up every Wednesday and read this book to these gentlemen. And by the end, it went from 20 to 15 to 5, and she had 5 men who completed all 6 weeks. Well, the book she chose to read to them is kind of the remarkable part. Now, first of all, this was spawned by Happy Acts. This is her doing Happy Acts. So she's making a difference in the lives of people by doing Happy Acts. But the book she read to them was The Slight Edge. Oh, yeah. At the end of those 6 weeks, the 5 men who stayed with her, she then helped them find jobs. All 5 of those homeless men now have jobs because she chose to do Happy Acts. And it's a remarkable thing, and I'm touched that Live Happy inspired this. I cannot it's moving to me that just having the idea of making the world a happier place inspires people to make significant changes in the world. And those 5 men's lives are forever changed. And it's a remarkable thing. And really, that's what the happiness movement is about to me. Let's change lives. Let's make the world a happier place. And thank you guys. You've been a great audience. I really appreciate it.